Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Well, Ray Maro is gone, but if today was any indication, he will be remembered for a long time by a lot of people. Thank you for joining us here for the Fox 61 News at 10 o'clock. I'm Tim Lammers. Maro's funeral is tomorrow morning, but today people came from across the state and beyond to pay their respects at his wake. Fox 61's Stephen Reels spoke to some of them.
A very emotional Friday out here at the Plainville Funeral Home as people from across Connecticut, be it friends, family, or former co-workers at fire departments, all came together and embraced each other through tears, hugs, and fellowship, just to honor the memory of Ray Maro.
He always smiled, and he always had a wonderful disposition.
To many people in Plainville,
He's going to be dearly missed.
Ray Maro was a prime example of a man who cared about his community. All the more reason why his wake Friday drew in people from across the state, with more than a dozen fire departments from towns like Bristol, Southington, and Ridgefield who wanted to stand by their fellow first responder.
It's just important for us to show our support.
Wolcott Fire Chief Kyle Dunn said he and other first responders have a mission to offer their support to the family of the former Marine, as well as those who worked with Maro for the 35 years he was at the Plainville Volunteer Fire Department.
Life changes in a split second, and you never know with the job that we do, and we just have to stick together.
Soon, eyes will be on Maro's funeral Saturday at Connecticut Central State University at Welty Hall, after a procession where more are expected to pay their respects and share their gratitude for Maro's years of service to their community.
Very sorry for what happened, and thank you very much for your dedicated service to your community and your fire department.
Our coverage of the funeral service will start at 9 a.m. and you can catch that on fox61.com and Fox 61 Plus. In Plainville, Stephen Reels, Fox 61.
Stephen, thank you. Now, developing tonight, the city of New Britain forced tenants out of a Stanley Street apartment building today because of concerns about the structural integrity of the building. And the out-of-state landlord had flagged potential issues to his insurance company. That prompted an early morning inspection, which in turn led to an emergency response from building, health, and fire officials. 10 people from 3 units were told to get out immediately. The Red Cross is now helping them to find temporary housing, and the building's future is uncertain. Well, Hartford police said they're investigating a shooting that sent a man in his 20s to the hospital. Officers were called to St. Francis Hospital just after 8 tonight after the victim showed up with gunshot wounds. He is expected to survive. Police said the shooting happened near Center and Fairmount Streets. Major crimes and crime scene units are now handling that investigation. Waterbury police said they arrested the man accused of killing 17-year-old Charisma Fox. Officials put Shamar Atwater in handcuffs during a search of a home on Sunny Lane in Watertown. He's facing a slew of charges, including murder, criminal possession of a firearm, and unlawful discharge of a firearm. He's being held on a bond of $3 million, and he's due in court Monday. Police said Atwater shot Fox the morning of July 11th on Willow Street. She later died at a hospital. YWCA New Britain said it is closing all of its childcare programs through August 24th after a 2-year-old choked to death at the facility. Coming up at 10:30, in about 25 minutes from now, we'll have more on what violations that YWCA has had in the past. New for you at 10, police said a 39-year-old woman was found dead after being pinned beneath a vehicle. This happened on Northwestern Drive in Bloomfield. Investigators said they think the car slipped off a jack while she was working underneath. Emergency crews responded just before 6 p.m., but she was pronounced dead at the scene. The investigation is still going on. And new for you at 10, the state is borrowing $155 million to pay for programs that used to be financed through an extra charge on people's electric bills. The state said it's just trying to ease the burden for ratepayers, and that customers' bills will wind up being, on average, about $5 to $10 a month less than they otherwise would have been. I know that's odd wording, but I say that because experts have warned that the rising cost of energy generation is still driving up prices overall. So we can't even say for sure that your bill would literally go down. It just might not go up by as much. The state also approved funding for electric vehicle charging incentives and hardship assistance programs. The State Bond Commission also voted to approve nearly $5 million in funding to the Hartford flood compensation and relief programs. Those programs were launched in 2023 because of chronic flooding issues in the area. Now, Fox 61's Alicia Hercules was at the hearing today and tells us more about the money that's on its way for people who are still recovering.
After years of dealing with flood issues in Hartford, the State Bond Commission approved $4.7 million in relief funds. That could help people make some much-needed repairs to their flood-damaged homes.
Second. Moving second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye. Aye.
The Hartford flood compensation and relief programs were first launched in 2023 after people in the city were dealing with repeated flooding in their homes and businesses. Sean Scanlon, the state comptroller, says the Hartford flood and relief compensation programs have already paid out more than $8 million in relief to more than 500 Hartford residents and business owners. The additional funding is expected to cover the remaining 139 applications received before the program's deadline in December of last year. Donna Thompson-Daniels says she's been hoping for this relief money for a long time.
I've had to throw things away. I've had mold. I've had mildew. I'm just waiting for them to cut the check so I can get my basement redone.
She says her basement is now a health hazard and she avoids going down there as much as possible. Daniel's basement has been damaged by repeated flooding and is now in need of expensive repairs.
It's about $30,000 worth of damage. Yes, in my basement alone.
Floodwater stains can still be seen on the wood in her basement. A part of her basement floor is now completely missing because of the constant flooding. She hopes the money can cover all the damage done. Hartford does have several flood mitigation projects underway to improve the infrastructure issues causing the constant flooding. Bridget Prince, a longtime advocate for Hartford's North End, says it's great to see these funds get to the people who truly need them.
You don't want water in your house, but you definitely don't want sewage in your house. So we want that fixed, and until it gets fixed completely, compensate people for their losses. I think that's a reasonable ask.
People in Hartford and businesses who applied for the relief funds should expect to be contacted by the Office of the State Comptroller in the coming weeks. In Hartford, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
Alicia, thank you. Nearly 200 kids showcased their talents at the 37th annual Children's Circus of Middletown earlier this evening. Fox 61's Valerie Moravi brings us a look at this long-running tradition.
Whatever the weather. That was the theme for Friday's performance with thousands in attendance. Now, parents I spoke with tell me they couldn't be any prouder as 175 kids and teens spent their evening showing off their circus acts. Dancing, clowning, acrobatics, and puppetry were just some of the performances by kids ages 5 to 15 at the 37th Annual Children's Circus of Middletown Friday. The outdoor circus was held at the McDonough Elementary School after 5 weeks of summer day camp training. Merlita LaHawks Cookson and her husband said this is their 10 and 13-year-old second year doing this. They say they wouldn't miss it for the world.
The kid has this artistic heart. We're going to look for this community of artists. We are so lucky to have the circus here in our town. I do believe that more people need to come and see what we have here.
For Diamond Wynn, she says the children's circus is more than a summer program. She says her son, Zion Green Clark, is following in her footsteps and continuing the family legacy of circus artistry in the community.
Since this morning, he's been reminding me that he has a big show and make sure that he's been on time. Just the amount of effort and energy that the kids take and how serious they take it and how serious the town takes it. So I'm just super excited to see it.
The 37th Children's Circus is a partnership between the City of Middletown and the Oddfellows Playhouse Youth Theater. Executive Artistic Director of Oddfellows Playhouse, Dick Willer, said the traditional theater performance has built community and has shaped young artists for decades.
Kids come here and they have so much joy and so much fun, and they learn to do things that seem impossible, and they feel great.
And what seems impossible for some of us is just another day for this young still walker.
Actually, I'm really excited. We worked really hard, so.
As the show came to an end, all 175 kids went to the center stage and bowed to the audience after a dazzling display of talent, hard work, and heart, proving that the magic happens when kids do commit to the craft. Now, the Oddfellow Playhouse offers a variety of programs all year round. In Middletown, Valerie Moravi, Fox 61.